Hey guys, so I've been recently redrawing my favorite My Hero Academia characters because I wanted to kind of go over and draw better muscle structure for bodies. So I'm still learning that as it is. If you want to see my old versions of My Hero Academia drawings, that's in my drawings playlist. However, for most of these, I ended up not making videos. So if you want to see the process work of these, they're in the description box below. All my social media has them posted. I just didn't end up making so many videos because recently I've been super busy, so I've been all over the place. So I just started just drawing and finishing my drawings and taking photos of the process work instead. So yeah, so I'm gonna get started on coloring in his burnt parts first because this is Dabi from My Hero Academia. So I am going to first color in his burnt skin. He has certain parts that I burnt. I'm gonna start with a skin tone and then work my way up to like a purpley darkish color, so that way there's a different contrast. So right now I'm going to use YR25, which is salmon pink, which is more of a darker skin tone, and then I'll work from there. So basically, I didn't show my process work of Dabi, of the older Dabi that I drew on. I posted on social media, but I didn't make a video of it, so I thought I'd do a video of Dabi anyways, so here we are doing a video of Dabi. Most of the villains in the show, like, I feel like you can connect to them in some sort of way, like, see their point of view and stuff like that. However, I wasn't one for the villains. I like the heroes more. That's just me, because I like good people all the time. But basically, Dabi was one of those characters that I thought looked cool for a character design, so I ended up liking Dabi. But if I were to say like favorites in My Hero Academia, it would definitely be like heroes rather than villains. So as you can see, I'm using a more skin tone for him right now, and then I'll go back in with like a purpley reddish colors and just add shading to it. Recently I've been working on shading too. You'll notice like hair has different shading now, and like the muscle structure is better for how I'm drawing them. But I'm like slowly improving one by one on these types of things, like the shading and then how to draw the bodies more muscular and all of that. For his face, I guess I just wanted like a smiley face. But his face looks kind of cringy because the stitching lines of how I drew it. So yeah, but overall, I think it looks okay. I decided for some of them not to draw like their full hero suits, or their full costumes. So you'll notice Dabi, he doesn't have his trench coat. He just has his white shirt and his pants and his belt. And I kind of just wanted to do that so that way there's like a difference between Well, for the drawings, I wanted to focus more on the muscular aspect of the characters. So, in order to show that, I kind of removed different layers of clothing so that way it's more obvious, like, in terms of, like, what's muscular and what's not. You can see the different curves better. Because I know if I added, like, all the clothing, you probably wouldn't be able to technically see all of the muscular parts of the body. So I wanted the curves to really stand out for that. I usually only do like one color shading, so I'll choose like one color that's darker for the shading and that's it. So that way it's easy, but I wanted to add more contrast between different colors. So right now I am gonna be doing more shading for the body because I want it to be more realistic, like the color and the shading. I usually do like very minimal shading, so this is another approach for me. Hopefully, like, it helps improve my artwork more. I usually color in all of the skin before I do a video, but I thought a white shirt and blue pants is kind of plain to just draw, so I ended up adding more stuff to it so that way you guys can see like more coloring, not just like coloring a white shirt and stuff like that, because that's kind of boring. It is less. So I'm gonna add some purple to his face. This is more for like the decaying flesh type of deal. I know Dabi would look scary in real life, but in person he looks... But in like the show, he looks more attractive because I feel like anime, every time anime draws like burns and cuts like that, they always draw like the pretty boy type of deal, so it's not like super gory. Which I don't personally mind too much, but some people might mind. Like my brother, he was like, those are not burns, those are not cuts, those are just pretty boy scars. I was like, yeah, that's just what it is. Like if you watch anime, you'll grow accustomed to like the non-scary type of injuries on characters. I guess that's what makes these characters more likable rather than just making them full on just creepy looking. And also you can feel bad for them if they're just scary. I guess there would be a part where it's like, I don't feel bad for this character, which is wrong, but I feel like that's just like mentally some people's thing. They're like afraid of gory looking injuries. So what I did is I shaded in parts of more parts of his like his muscle structure, his bone colors and stuff like that, just to like have a good, like, you can tell where there are lines. And then I'm gonna use R1, which is wine red. It's a dark red, to kind of just add more to it, like the whole burned aspect of it, because I feel like the purple is more like decaying flesh. I don't have so many colors for this, so if I miss out on some colors, don't mind me. This is just because I don't have all the colors to draw this. I kind of shaded the bottom of his thing, of his neck, so that the bottom of his chin, so that way you can see contrast. I might go back and add some more purple, just to give a little bit more blending. I will admit though, I'm not that great with the whole coloring in injuries, so if it looks a bit cartoonish in my drawing, it's because I'm still learning how. So that's it for the red, and then I think I'll add more purple, just to kind of add more to it. My markers are so squeaky. And I forgot his eyes, because apparently I keep forgetting these parts. And I was coloring it in, I forgot his stitches in his eyes, and then I had to go back, so it isn't one of those things that I forgot. Okay, so his eyes are done. And let's move on to the shirt. So I'm going to use WG 0.5, which is a warm gray, to start shading in his shirt. Now his shirt is white color, so everything's just going to be like a light gray shading for him. And just shading in parts of the shirt. And then I'll move on to like a little bit of a darker shading. Now I'm going to use WG2, which is warm. It's another warm gray, but it's a darker one, and just like shade in the parts that are like supposed to stand out more, that they're shaded in, like under the wrinkles of the clothing more. So that's it for his shirt, and then I'm gonna do his pants. So his belt is literally just gray, so I'm just gonna use GG1, which is a light gray. Yeah, it's literally just a gray. It's looking at it like, is that just gray? So I'm gonna use GG3, which is another green gray. Just a little bit darker. So another one, but it's GG5. Just to shade a little bit more. And then for his pants, I'm gonna use PB72, which is just a Napoleon blue. I don't have like a super dark navy blue, so this will just have to do. Like his stuff is black, is kind of more blackish, So I guess I'll do a little bit of a CG8, which is cool gray, and kind of just shade it a bit with like a grayish black, so that way it's like that, but tinted blue. Because it looks like it's black, but it's tinted with some blue. Okay, and I'm basically done coloring. My next video will be outlining the sky for you guys. So yeah, so all his process work will be posted on social media. You can go check it out. It's down in my description box below. And if you want to see the older versions of the My Hero Academia drawings that I drew, those are on my drawings playlist. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!